another medical aspirant dies by suicide in Tamil Nadu just a day before the NEET exams are scheduled to be held across the country. 19-year-old Madurai girl cleared NEET last year and was waitlisted in her note Jyotishri Durga. She says that she was apprehensive. A few days ago, another 19-year-old had killed himself in Tamil Nadu's Ariyalur district, and he had sought cancellation of the NEET, citing fears of writing the exam amid the pandemic. The Supreme Court, however, remember, has permitted these exams to take place. M.K. Stalin has reacted, saying NEET destabilizes students. Dr. Ramadas has also said that abolishing NEET is the only solution.
It's again heart-wrenching, unbelievable that a 19-year-old girl would snuff out her life because she was scared of writing this examination. That is what we have been repeatedly telling, that NEET is totally unacceptable. It is an unwanted pressure on the young children. There is no transport, there is no proper facilities. We don't know why the government is hell-bent on conducting NEET. It shows their fascist and chauvinistic mindset. It's my way or the highway.
My colleague Sam Daniel, tracking the details of this story, is joining us on the phone line. Sam, extremely disturbing story. The second that you're reporting on in a span of a week, where a NEET aspirant has died by suicide, this time just a day before the exam.
That's right. Yet another disturbing news from Tamil Nadu, Anjali. And this particular young student, her name is Durga. She had actually cleared the NEET last year, but she could not make it as she was waitlisted. And she had cleared her Class 12 examination in the year 2017. So for 2 years, she has been trying. And although she had performed well in the mock test, somehow in the suicide note, she has mentioned that she was apprehensive about failure. There is also a recorded message, audio message doing rounds where she expresses the same feeling. And Tamil Nadu government had asked the centre to exempt the state from NEET, citing the pandemic, but ultimately the Supreme Court had permitted. For almost a decade earlier, Tamil Nadu had abolished the entrance exam system, saying it leads to stress among students. Also, it makes it difficult for poor students to afford private coaching, and that the system only favors urban, affluent students to clear NEET after going for private coaching. But over the last few years, the central government had made this mandatory. Although earlier, during the UPA regime, the president had given his assent for exempting Tamil Nadu. And now again, there is demand politically by this ruling party as well as the other opposition parties asking for abolition of the entrance test system and to pave way for the old system of admitting students for medical admission on the basis of Class 12 students. This is the second such tragedy this year alone, and over the last few years, at least 3 others have committed suicide on account of.
Well, absolutely, and this amid the huge controversy, Sam, that we've been reporting of exams in a pandemic. There are several students, remember, who've been opposed to it. The Supreme Court, however, in its wisdom, decided that the exams must happen. The government, on its part, has said that they've ensured that all protocols for COVID-19 will be followed. But second such story of a NEET aspirant dying by suicide. This story coming just a day before the exams. You keep a close watch on these developments. Appreciate you, Sam, for joining us with the details.